For this video, I have decided to do some word association with the Smith family in regards to you and your 50-year love affair, or 57. So here we go. First up, Ian Smith Jr. This is word association with Shan and Dale. I'm going to say a word. You say the first thing that comes to your mind.
This could be very dangerous.
You just have to play along. 50 years.
Huge accomplishment.
True love.
Sarah Blake and myself.
Marriage.
A holy union between two people.
Shan and Dale.
The best in-laws in the world.
Good job. Next up, we have Shannon Ravenel Smith.
Hey guys.
All right, Shannon, we're doing word association related to Shan and Dale's 50th wedding anniversary. I say a word, you say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Spouse.
What does that mean?
It means your marriage partner.
Dale and Shan.
Soulmate.
Beautiful.
Holy matrimony.
What does that mean?
Okay, let's go to 50 years.
Loving.
Interesting. Friendship.
Together forever.
Alright, good job. Anything else you want to say to the celebrants?
Happy 50th anniversary, and I love you guys, and yeah, love you.
Alrighty, and we're going to do word association, which means the first thing that comes into your mind when I say this word. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Holy matrimony.
Oh. I don't know what that means.
First thing that comes into your mind.
Jesus?
Spouse.
Marriage?
Soulmate.
Marriage?
Give me something fresh.
This is the first thing that came to mind.
50 years.
A long time.
Life partner.
High school sweetheart. Yeah.
Friendship. First thing, buddy.
Last forever? I don't know.
Alright, let me give you one more. Marriage.
You already gave me that.
Spouse.
You already gave me that.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Half a century.
50 years.
Oh my gosh. Alright, anything else you want to say to Shan and Dale on their anniversary?
You guys are the best. Love you so much. See you soon. Or I'm probably seeing you right now when you're seeing this, so I'm just gonna high five you right now. I just have a high five you in the future, you know?
Hi Dale and Shannon, happy anniversary! What a big accomplishment. Enjoy the rest of another 25 years together. Say hi, you.
Hey Shan and Dale, I want to wish you a very happy 50th anniversary. And since I'm probably one of the only people who was there from the beginning of Shannon and Dale, I hope I remember some things. I do remember that Dale brought all of his Harvard Med School friends to visit, and Shannon was very enamored with Dale when we lived on Charles Street in Boston on Beacon Hill. We were roommates both in college and in Boston. And so Shannon continued to be very fond of Dale, but he was very elusive. He slipped the traces and went off to the Peace Corps for a couple of years, which is very disappointing to Shannon, I think. And then I remember an ill-fated reunion in Florida when Dale came up from South America and Shannon went down to Florida, and it was a short, she was back pretty soon crying, as I recall. And then the next thing I remember is there was a black fur coat with green satin lining involved in the romance somehow. I don't remember how, but it was very important. About the wedding was in Charleston. It was beautiful. I remember almost nothing about it, except it was fun and pretty. But I do remember that Austin wouldn't let us throw rice at the wedding because I think it was either the starving children or the birds, but for whatever reason he was upset and wouldn't let us throw rice. So for the last 50 years, Shannon and Dale have invited me on vacation with them for 50 years. You can imagine how grateful I am for that. And I've been to London with them, I've been to St. Louis many times, I've been to Squam Lake, Pawleys Island, Salter's Path, so many places that they've taken me on vacation, and sometimes with my family. So I can only say that I'm so thankful for 50 and more years of friendship and wonderful vacations. Happy anniversary, Shan and Dale.
Happy anniversary, Dale and Shannon. This is Anthony, as you can tell from the bald head and the unfortunate reflection upon it. And I am here to recount something special that I learned from Dale. And that something special was how to edit. And by how to edit, I don't simply mean drawing red lines through words on pieces of paper, which of course I learned. But what I mean more seriously is that I learned how to be selective and thoughtful about what it is that I wrote, what it is that I planned as an experiment, and I also learned how to say enough is enough when something wasn't working, which is, I think, one of the most important things that one can learn when one is a scientist, or indeed when one is trying to do anything that's creative. Because often you might become attached to or obstinate about an idea or a goal that is simply unattainable or will never work even if you could make it happen. And I learned that from Dale, and I think it's one of the things that has brought me through this career and this life from the time that I finally absorbed it until this moment. So, with that said, and knowing that being a good editor means finding brevity as well as clarity, I will conclude by saying that I am so glad that I have learned from Dale that skill amongst others. And also, I'm losing it here. Also, that if I can simply remember 85% of what I've learned 75% of the time, I should actually be able to continue to move forward with some clarity, some brevity, and hopefully some wit. Happy anniversary, Dale and Shannon. Best wishes, lots of love. This is Anthony signing off from Washington, D.C.
Hey, Shannon and Dale. First off, happy 50th. I hope Bill and I make it that long. As you see, Shannon, I'm wearing your lucky scarf. And what to say, one thing that I learned from Shannon, I just can't narrow it down to just one thing. I've thought and thought about it. How your sensibilities, your graciousness, your generosity of spirit, oh, so many things, your fun, loving personality, your humor. But I guess if I had to pick one thing, it would be your amazing kindness. You have taught me that no matter what you say or if you're kind, people will receive that. At least you've gotten past a lot of my red flags with just that kind of gentle, firm, wise hand of yours. So I can't thank you enough. You're my literary godmother. You're my muse. I wouldn't have made it in my life this far without you. So happy anniversary to you both, and all my love.
things I learned from Shannon. 1. I learned how to speak Algonquian, and then I spent the next 27 years of my life trying to master it. 2. I learned how to say idea and shrimp. You know, those little prawny things that you find in shrimp scampi, just like a Charlestonian. I learned how if you eat the same exact thing for lunch every day of your working life, you don't gain weight and you never seem to age. I learned that only a brilliant and generous editor-in-chief with a great sense of humor can build a roster of authors who in turn build a sustainable publishing house with a stellar reputation. And 5, I learned that even a die-hard New Yorker can make a home in the South as long as she has friends and advocates like Shannon and Dale. I love you both.
You gotta say.
Whenever Shan and Dale took me to The Last Jedi. When I watched Bunked at Your House and Shan loved it, but Dale didn't like it so much.
Christmas morning waiting at the top of the stairs to come down and eat Sara Lee coffee cake and bacon.
Many wonderful trips to Salter Path. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Clyde Edgerton, and this is what Shannon taught me. At the most basic level, Shannon taught me to believe in myself as a writer. On another level, she taught me about point of view, and she taught me that by myself, I probably was not going to get it right, but with her editing, I could get it as close to right as possible. Her emphasis on point of view helped me write in such a way that felt more comfortable to readers than would otherwise be possible. Because as I teach my students, often you feel the point of view shift. So that's about it. I'm forever grateful to what Shannon taught me and helped me to see and understand as a writer.
Hi guys, congratulations. Gosh, it couldn't happen to two nicer people. Well done, you guys. I have to be quick, which is good. And so I'm channeling Louise. Louise absolutely adored Dale as a child, and and all his life. And so that is very, very, very important. And what do I want to say? Everybody knows all the stuff, you know, the smart, the good at school, the athlete, the artist, the musician, So the two things I want to concentrate on are funny, so funny, and so kind. When he wasn't provoked beyond endurance by me, he was just so kind, and I will never, ever be able to thank him enough for that. Wonderful. And so cool. It was such fun. I'm Dale Purvis' sister. Oh, Dale Purvis, he's so cool. Yeah, I know. So cool, funny, and kind. Love you.
Shannon and Dale, congratulations on your 50 years of marriage. We feel blessed and honored to have shared some of these years with you and your remarkable family. You have been gracious to Mary Jane and I before and during her illness, for which I am so grateful. I have enjoyed getting to know all of your family over the past 15 years. We love all 4 of your grandchildren who obviously have inherited your genes of laughter, spirit, adventure, generosity, intellect, love of books, and especially your wit. Thank you for shared memories in this neighborhood, in Maine, in Salter Path, and in the Shenandoah Valley. With love, congratulations.
When I joined the Burns family a few years ago, an unexpected but wonderful bonus was the friendship and kindness that both Shannon and Dale have shown to me. I really feel like I'm part of your family as part of the Burns family. Congratulations and many more years of happiness together.
so cute because as young as you were, you and I can't remember which one of the grandparents had died, but you were so concerned about how the other's spouse was feeling, and I remember being very touched by that at the time. So I decided I would cheer you up by showing you how Robert cancel between your nose and your upper lip. Get off. Well, we seem to have had only Cheerios. Robert, get off. You tried to get hold of Cheerio right there, and of course it went up your nose. We had a terrible time getting it out. And I was determined that we were not going to call the family from downstairs. And of course, the more we rooted, the farther up it got. I think it finally dissolved and came out. But my most vivid memory of that time was the compassion that you felt for the surviving grandparents. I love you, and happy birthday and happy anniversary. Love, Joe.
Shannon has been following me around, I think, my whole life. I met her in 1956 at Holland's, and then by 1960 she was living with me in a 300 square foot apartment in New York with 2 other people, one of whom was my cousin, whom she brought along. Shannon was always the neatest person to live with, in both senses, and we had a lot of fun. In the 90s, I guess it was, Shannon called me and said she was thinking of following me all the way to the Triangle, and that Dale was being courted by Duke. And I, being a very selfish person, said, we'll be sure that Duke offers him some basketball tickets, thinking that this brilliant woman, so kind, so nice, so understated, and her brilliant husband, scientist, would not use the tickets, and that I would be able to go to every Carolina Duke game. And Shannon said, Duke has already offered him 2 seats to every game. So I knew I knew Duke would stop at nothing to get him when I heard that. So I was delighted when they got here. And to my amazement, they became the most rabid, disgusting Duke fans. And one night I went to a game in Chapel Hill where Carolina, it was a heartbreaking situation. Carolina had led the game until the last 10 seconds, and Duke scored like 40 points and beat Carolina, and people were just in a state of total shock. And when I got home, I had a message on my answering machine from Shannon saying, nya 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 nya. I love her anyway.